It's July, and like the weather, the news is heating up. Governor DeSantis signs a new tax cut package. The Magic Beach Motel is saved for now. St. Augustine approves investment into West City, and be on the lookout for that fake $50 bill. We'll get to all that and more, but first, Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors: Vitus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can find us on YouTube and help us reach our brand new goal of 2,000 subscribers. You can also find us on Rumble, so follow us there as well. Facebook stars are amazing. We love them. And our app is back in the Apple App Store. All right. Good morning, fellas. I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Did you miss me?
Yeah, we did. Oh, shit. You know how I love doing those reads.
I know. It hurts you every day. I take the reads from you.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, darn it. Don't do that.
I like your new shirt, Spiffy.
Thank you. You have some also?
Yes,
if you choose to wear them.
I will wear them.
You got the whole green going on today?
I do.
And Kenny said hair's up. Must be a serious show.
Serious. It's Tuesday. I've got a meeting at church.
Well, you got the whole accessories going. You got the earrings and the necklace matching the
very
shirt.
color-coded.
Yeah, you got all your animals together.
I did.
You got your leopards with your leopards.
I did get these all in a different place. They weren't all together in the animal section.
Well, hopefully you got the earrings together.
Yes, they did. They did come together.
They just get one and then go,
They were post earrings, and I don't like post earrings. So I had Blue Water Jewelers, not a sponsor, but could be. I had them
used to be.
transition into hooks. So they're hook earrings. Yeah.
We know you made a big sale.
We love you. Blake, how you doing?
I'm doing great this morning. Just helping out with my mom while she's on vacation, clean up the dog's mud everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, muddy day.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it was not fun.
No.
There were white cabinets that I needed to clean.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
They rolled in the mud and then flicked off in the kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Louis made a homemade barbecue sauce when Isabella was a baby. His mom was visiting. The barbecue sauce was cooling before we bottled it up, and he had to go to work. So he gave me instructions on how to handle this barbecue sauce, right? So it's in the bowl cooling. I go to nurse the baby and put her down for a nap. And as I'm in the room, I hear this tremendous crash. The dumb cat had gotten up on the stupid counter, and he had tried it, but it was a very vinegary barbecue sauce. So he clearly did not like that it had a kick and freaked out. And there was barbecue sauce spun all over that house. And we found some of it when we moved.
Oh, wow.
Like 10 years later. We were repainting the roof and we were like, dang it, that's more barbecue sauce. But cabinets everywhere. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah, no, animals
Are a blessing.
leave you with the most interesting cleanups.
They do.
So,
They do.
And Chili is, still in that chewing, not 100% disciplined.
Yeah.
I don't know if she ever will be.
Yeah.
But like she leaves us toilet papers chewed up everywhere. Maeve's Barbie dolls are missing most of their legs.
That's sad.
They all look like Lieutenant Dan Barbies.
They could create a band and they could go around and tour USOs.
Yeah, it's really not pretty.
No, I'm sorry, Maeve.
Yeah, she's not happy with Chili when that happens. So, yeah, no, we do have a question of the day.
We do have a question of the
We're
day.
all complaining about dogs. All right. The question of the day is, what is like when you're feeling a little down and you need to pick me up? What is like your go-to dessert to pick you up? Like what's one that's like, all right, that'll get me in a better mood.
Ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ben and Jerry's Fish Foods, my favorite. Second strong contender is Publix Moose Tracks with the peanut butter cups.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good. If I don't have ice cream, I'm going chocolate chip cookies.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
those are my
Both
pick-me-ups.
excellent choices.
Yeah.
Both excellent choices.
What do we think, Blake?
I mean, for like the most convenient one, it's ice cream.
Yeah.
Like because like you can easily just eat it out of the tub. You don't have to like bake anything. And
What's
like,
your go-to ice cream since you're not a chocolate guy? Is it vanilla?
It's mainly it's vanilla, but if I do ever happen to like go out to like some of our ice cream locations here in town, I usually ask for the Supermans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had so many kids throw up Superman ice cream that we banned it in our family.
Yeah. Well, it creates a good finish also.
Yeah.
You know, it comes out pretty much the same color.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What
about you?
And mine is ice cream, but it's specifically in a cone.
All right.
Like I eat it in a sugar cone, one scoop, and it's one of those things where it's just like the timing of it. Like if you eat ice cream out of a bowl, it doesn't calm me down at all.
Yeah.
But if I'm, having to take my time, lick it out of a cone,
Right on.
try to keep it out of my beard, there's a process. It takes my mind off of.
There's some happy muscle memory there with you licking a cone.
It's a process that kind of takes you like, okay, this is all right.
Calming.
I can't be too mad. I got ice cream. You know? So,
that's true.
But it's out of a cone. It makes you think about it out of the cone. Like if I put it in the bowl, I'm just and it's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
And then there's problems back. But like if you eat it out of the cone, it takes a little longer.
It's a little bit of meditative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
And you got to guard the beard. I mean, there's a process when you got a beard.
Do you ever put on like the beard hairnet?
No. But I have found dessert like hours later, like.
Oh wait, that's delicious.
Yeah, it's not good.
Everybody
in the
does
beard
it already have mold on it already?
No, it kind of cakes though. When your food is caked in your beard, you're like, oh man, I should have.
Yeah.
Went to the bathroom. After.
But you also learned. But you also learned that the hard way after the pieing at the.
Oh, that was the worst. That was so awful.
It curdled, right?
It curdled in my beard. It was. We were doing the pie and we were doing like real whipped cream, and it just kind of dried, and it, it had that stale milk smell right underneath your nose, and
you
it
can't
was
get away from it.
It was horrible.
Torture. That's terrible. Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
It's gonna be rainy, off and on all day, actually all week. So,
all right.
I mean, high of 86, but at least our humidity's down to 87.
Ooh, lovely.
Which means you can pretty much just start sweating as soon as you go outside.
That quick check the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday. Open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's the Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Traffic.
We got traffic.
Yeah, traffic's doing all right. Unfortunately, though, the FDOT cameras are not working as well today because yes, indeed, it's very stop.
Hopefully, that's not the way traffic is.
No, definitely not. But
they can't work in that low humidity of 87%.
Yeah, it's not used to it.
Yeah.
What?
But we'll say though, there are people. There's a truck and two cars that are parked in the no parking signs. We finally found someone that didn't listen to the signs.
What petty individual put 47 and a half no parking signs in a 100-foot radius? Who did that?
Yes.
Because it makes me want to park there.
Angry.
I've never wanted to park on a highway more in my life than when I pass that little section of road.
Angry FDOT.
F that, F dot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of F's go with the F dot.
A lot of F's. All right, climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenience stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's historic hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. You can sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. All right, we're going to slide into the news. We've got Magic Beach Motel gets a new reprieve for now.
Mm-hmm.
Plans to tear down a beloved 75-year-old motel in Volano Beach have stopped, at least for now. Developer Rick Johnston wanted to demolish the iconic Magic Beach Motel to make way for new condos and businesses, but that plan was unanimously rejected by St. Johns County's Cultural Resource Review Board. The board ruled Johnston's proposal failed to properly recognize the cultural value of the building, which has stood by Volano Beach for decades. While not a state-recognized landmark, the motel was designated as a culturally significant building backed by the county in 2021, meaning any demolition requires board approval. The current owner, Tahal Patel, says the motel is losing money and not worth renovating, but board chair Leslie Keys pushed back, noting property owners are still responsible for keeping buildings in working order, and allowing it to fall into disrepair is not a justification for demolition. Local residents packed the meeting to voice their opposition, among them historic preservation advocate Sally O'Hara, who said the proposal lacked community input and would damage the neighborhood's character. Johnston had proposed incorporating design elements from the motel into his new development, but the board ruled that was not enough. The decision can be appealed. Johnston now has 30 days to bring the case before the St. Johns County Commission, which will have the final say. Until then, the Magic Beach Motel remains standing. Thoughts on the Magic Beach Motel?
I think it's one that we're going to end up in mediation. We're going to lose, and they're going to end up getting what they want, because property rights, all these people that are complaining, buy it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, and it really doesn't have, it's 75 years old. Hotels have to be renovated. I agree that the hotels have to be renovated and upkept to stay relevant. But a one-story hotel in that location giving you zero beach views is a loss of, it's a loss of the value of the property. Mm-hmm. So, and also it's a loss of taxpayers ad valorem that's coming in, because the state of the hotel is probably just what the property value is worth. If you build a hotel there, that's a $20-30 million hotel that's taxable at that level.
Yeah.
So, taxpayers are losing on this, and I know people are like, oh, well, he's so special. It's so special. It's, a hotel that really was irrelevant until it had the TV show on it.
Yeah.
And the TV show only lasts like a season and a half.
Yeah.
So take the TV show out of it. Does it still have the same feeling on it? I don't know. So I'm always kind of lean towards the property rights side of it, and the true value of it. And that hotel's not going to be there in 20 years.
Yeah.
It's either going to fall into complete disarray, which, was what
is currently
Ms. Keys was talking about.
Yeah.
Dr. Keys was talking about. Or, the courts are going to say, this guy has a right to do what he wants with it. It's within your code, and he's allowed to do that. So.
Well, I feel like he's trying to, like you said, he incorporated elements of the building into the new plans. There's saltwater air is completely detrimental to concrete. I mean, it's concrete, everything. Saltwater air is just detrimental to human structures. And so you have to rebuild these things. if he's going to incorporate some aspect, some element, some throwback to the building, then that's probably the best you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he owns the property. If he's trying to play nice and, okay, remember how cool this was, it had that nice kitschy feel, then maybe play nice with him, because he can always scrap that.
It doesn't fit
and
in.
Then
it doesn't fit in with the, I mean, it has the old, I mean, and I'll grant it, it's got the old, like, South Florida lights to it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't fit into what Volano is doing. I mean, the Hyatt doesn't have that. The new Holiday Inn doesn't have that. I mean, so it's not really keeping up with where it's at. So I and to be very clear, I work for a hotelier. This is not my hotelier. I have zero affiliation with this at all. But there's a time where property rights has to come into play, and it's always these armchair quarterbacks who want to sit there and yell at this person about their property. But I guarantee you, if that man went to their house and told them what they could put on their porch, they would be up in arms.
They might have an opinion.
Yeah, they'd be up in arms. I mean, and so I think it's one that we're probably going to lose in mediation, even if the county votes it down, because it's an allowable use. So so I think this one's a the Board of County Commissions in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So either way they vote, they're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
So there's no good answer for
it seems to be the theme for the county commissioners.
There's no good answer for the five county commissioners on this one.
Yeah. I mean, play nice with the guy and maybe he'll give you some nod to the building, but the more you anger him, the more you're going to get the 47 no parking signs, because he's going to tell you to pound sand and he's going to be annoyed.
Yeah. So I mean, this one's probably got 2 years and the county's going to lose money. So we'll see in 2 years. But I mean, it's delayed for right now, and hopefully this gentleman doesn't lose too much money. Doing what he's doing. So
All right. St. Augustine approves massive investment in neglected West City neighborhood. Downtown St. Augustine may be the city's crown jewel, but now another part of the town is getting a turn in the spotlight. Residents in the West City neighborhood just off of West King Street say their area has long felt overlooked, but that's about to change. On Monday, St. Augustine City Commissioners approved the West City Community Redevelopment Plan, a 30-year initiative aimed at revitalizing the neighborhood with millions of dollars in funding. The plan includes major upgrades, new sidewalks, improved street connectivity, the beautification of green spaces like Oyster Creek Park. It's all designed to make the area more walkable, more inviting, and better suited for new business opportunities. Locals like Carlisle Castle say it's long overdue. This area has definitely not had a lot of love for a while, she said. Business owners are hopeful the improvements will bring more foot traffic and more opportunities. Stacy Cleveland, co-owner of Maracuya by Llama Restaurant, says parking has been a challenge, but she's optimistic. The expansion and the attention we'll get here is going to really increase the demand, she said. It's going to be great for all the businesses out this way. The redevelopment will happen in 3 10-year phases, meaning this is just the beginning of a long-term investment in one of the city's most historic and resilient communities. I've got a lot of love for West King, so I would love for this to be revitalized.
Yeah, and it's up and coming. I think it's one of those little hidden gems that people are starting to discover right now.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of fixer-uppers in there. The businesses seem to be doing pretty well. Used to, businesses would try and go in where they're talking about what this, I can't say the name, but the Llama.
Maracuya.
Maracuya. And, they would get over there, they last 6 months and a new one would come in. But they're holding their own now in that area, which is nice. People are going there. When I first, in the 80s, when I got here, I was told at Flagler, don't go on the other side of US 1. Just it's not safe on the other side of US 1. Which is prejudiced and ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this I'm happy to see what they're doing with the CRA in that area. Greg White and them have been at it for decades. So I think it's a good thing. Like the CRA in Volano, kind of trying to stop development, which is the whole reason you have a CRA, is kind of conflicting to me. So I applaud what they're trying to do in West Augustine over there.
Yeah. And I've seen a huge difference. When I moved here in the very early 2000s, like 2003. And my first home was in the West King area. And so that was my commute, driving West King and Palmer and Evergreen, all back there and all Masters. So a business would come in, there'd be a big grand opening, and then maybe it'd be there a year. And that was always a bummer to see it come and go like that. And now you see businesses that have moved in, renovated the buildings, and they've stayed and they've lasted. And that it does my heart good. I do miss that blue house that was behind.
Yeah, I looked at that house and probably in the mid '90s when it was first starting to fall apart, and that was a great house. The problem was when I walked in it, the termites were holding hands to keep the house together. It really never had a chance.
Yeah.
So but that was a super cool house.
That was the house that you could get for $1. You just had to pay to move it.
Yeah.
And Louis and I were house hunting, and we were like, wouldn't it be cool? Louis like, it wouldn't make the move.
It would. I can promise you, it would not have made the move.
It would be that IKEA, Christmas tree joke where it's just a box of Christmas tree needles, and it's I got my IKEA Christmas tree, just a symbol. It would be that by the time you got it to the lot, just a pile of dust.
I think by the time it hit the ground, it would all disintegrate.
Oh yeah. But it was a beautiful house.
It was cool.
Squatters moved in, they caught it on fire with candles, and that broke my heart. It was a very cool house. I wish I could find a picture of it. I've tried to search all of the old St. Augustine posts to see, and I haven't been able to find a good picture of it. All right, we'll move into the Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Circle K at 207 at 268. Does that count? 268?
I think I got to get it 260.
Oh, dang. Sunoco at North Ponce de Leon Boulevards at 279. Shell at North Ponce de Leon Boulevards at 279. Circle K at US 1 North is 284. Shell on 146 King Street is 289. Owens on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard is 299. Sunoco on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard also 299. And so is the Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, and A18 Discount Beverage still 299. Gate at 1900 Mizell Road is at 319. All right.
That's the fancy gas.
It is. They've got the beer cave, The Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Moving into live music today, we've got JC Hatfield Duo at Milltop Tavern at noon. Joshua Tennessee Worthies at Pierre's Pub at 1 o'clock. Evan D is at Guy Harvey Resort, 4 p.m. John Hughes at Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Damon Slaughters at O.C. White's at 5 o'clock. Smoke and Joe Showers at Ann O'Malley's Deli and Pub, 6 o'clock. Colton McKenna's at Prohibition Kitchen at 6 o'clock. The return to trivia with Troy, Blake, and Aiden's at Sonny's Barbecue tonight at 7 p.m.
We're happy to see our Tuesday people.
That's awesome.
So we're excited about it.
That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System, an expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, I'm back. So we're going to talk trending with Troy.
Trending with Troy.
I've got one
on Tuesday.
I got one you're going to like.
Okay, I'm ready.
R-rated parrot with a potty mouth that's up for adoption has gone viral.
Oh, gosh.
As dozens of people have applied to be his next forever home. 2 months ago, Chantel Rogers, an administrative assistant at Forever Paws Animal Shelter in Fall River, Massachusetts, said they received a blue and gold macaw. I sent a video to Blake. He can put it up so you guys can see it. He was an owner's surrender through animal control. We aren't sure if they have details surrounding the surrender, considering the supplies or lack thereof that he came with. We're thinking there were financial difficulties. The bird, which is believed to be 30 years old, it had been with its previous owner for at least 20 years. The species can live up to 100 years in captivity.
I was going to say that's a generational pet.
If they're cared for properly, you will this animal to your next family member. He was being fed human cereal, white bread, animal crackers, sunflower seeds. That's what he's missing most. That's why he's missing most of his feathers. He wasn't getting proper nutrition. So they get him into the animal shelter, and on a quiet day, there's nobody in the room. They suddenly hear loud cussing. Very loud cussing.
Well, if that's all you had to eat, you cussed too.
He's a little bitter and angry about all the cars.
Your feathers started falling out because your owner fed you the wrong diet?
Yeah. So she quickly learned the bird is not only colorful from the outside, he also has a very colorful mouth.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you give him something, he'll say thank you. If you call him a pretty bird, he'll say thank you. He'll also say good morning, baby, but that's about all the nice things he'll say. The rest are slurs, cusses, and things you can't repeat in articles. So this bird has gone viral. Lots of people want to give Hendrix is his name. Lots of people want to give Hendrix a forever home. He does have a bald belly, but he's got feathers on his head and on his wings. He looks like he could be such a good boy. We just got to curb the language. I'm sorry, Hendrix, we're not allowed that kind of language in my house. You can't come to my house. Yeah. But
Hendrix,
maybe you can go to Troy's.
You're completely welcome at my house. You're completely welcome at my house, but we're not taking a bird that's going to live 70 years. So
Come on.
I figure I got a good 30 in me. And then
you've got a few generations in your house.
And then another 10 of not being so good.
So would you actively train a bird to cuss and say slurs? Or would you just not mind if that's what the bird said?
Well, yeah, the only bird I've ever lived with, I had a roommate, Chuck.
All right.
Blake, Uncle Chuck. And he had an African gray. And this bird was smart. And African grays are very, smart. Very talkative. And the only problem with this bird is when the phone rang, he would carry on an entire conversation while you're carrying on a conversation. Like the phone would ring and he'd go, "Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm okay." Like literally have the entire, while
He's
you're
just
talking,
making fun of you.
You're talking like, it's like, I don't know if he was making fun of you or just like, that's the normal response. Like he was having the conversation right beside you as you're trying to have the conversation. You're like, "Shut up."
It's an echo in here.
And he'd say, "Shut up" back to you.
That's funny.
So
we had an African gray when I was little. And that bird only liked my mom, and it flew out and attacked my face. So my dad is a doctor. He should have been a surgeon, but he wasn't. And so we went to the ER where my dad was working, and he stitched up my face. No scars.
No scars.
But I definitely, a bird tried to eat my face once, and I still have no fear of birds and go right up to them and try and be best friends with them.
Yeah, this
I
one,
didn't learn my lesson.
This one got my finger one time, but it wasn't his fault. He was going and I got in the way, and he, like you ever have a dog like accidentally like nip you, and then they look like, "Oh, sorry." Yeah. That's what the bird did. The bird kind of looked at me like, "My bad." You know, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
As I'm bleeding.
Yeah. I had a dolphin do that to me once. Dogs too. The bird definitely did it on purpose. My mom, we were about to leave the house, and my mom was like, "Go turn off the TV." And the bird was allowed to just kind of fly around. It was not a destructive bird to our property. And so it was on top of his cage, and I went to turn off the TV, and it definitely flew out intentionally to get me. So that bird had it out for me. Yeah. Didn't stay long in our family after that.
Rebecca, we're not getting this bird.
There's a long list of people.
I see you in the comments.
That want Hendrix.
We're not getting the bird. We have enough animals and people in our house.
I feel like Hendrix could be a fantastic mascot for the 904. Hendrix chewing on a minion.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move into news. DeSantis signs a $1.6 billion tax cut package. Big tax breaks are coming to Florida families and businesses. On Monday, Governor DeSantis signed a $1.6 billion tax package into law, bringing permanent savings on everything from hurricane supplies to hunting gear and eliminating a long-standing tax on commercial leases. Starting Tuesday, Floridians will see permanent sales tax exemptions on items like portable generators, batteries, tarps, bicycle helmets, sunscreen, and insect repellent, key supplies for both hurricane prep and the great outdoors. The package also includes annual tax holidays, the back-to-school tax holiday every August, waiving taxes on clothes under $100, school supplies under $50, and laptops up to $1,500. I might have to get a laptop in August. A hunting, fishing, and camping holiday from September 8th to December 31st, eliminating sales tax on items like tents, rods, sleeping bags, and yes, guns and ammo. There goes our algorithm. There are even breaks for tickets to state parks, NASCAR races in Homestead, and for purchases on gold, silver, and platinum bullion under $500. So a tiny little piece. But the biggest tax cut, the elimination of Florida's 2% commercial lease tax, takes effect October 1st. That's projected to save small businesses over $1.1 billion this year alone. Bill Hurl of the National Federation of Independent Business called it a culmination of a 10-year effort and said it will bring immediate relief to small businesses that rent or lease property. Overall, the first year of cuts totals $1.6 billion, with nearly $2 billion in recurring savings down the line. Governor DeSantis signed a tax package alongside the new 2025-2026 state budget, which officially kicks in today. Thoughts on tax holidays and tax savings?
I like the tax savings. I don't always keep a good eye on it, but it definitely is good for families with multiple kids, families that are, on a tight, pretty much everybody's on a tight budget, but on a tight budget, it's important. I like some of the things that he's broadened and actually made kind of long-term, not necessarily in there. One of the things I definitely like is him taking the commercial, like we're one of the few states that you actually have a commercial tax on, sales tax on if you rent commercial property. Yeah. We don't have that anymore with this new bill, which is
awesome.
Really cool. So,
and Arizona sits alone.
Arizona,
you're the last
Arizona,
one.
You're by yourself now. So, which is, with what I do with commercial real estate and stuff like that, it's kind of cool that that's something awesome. I don't have to deal with anymore.
Yes.
And explain to the people that have never heard of this tax before. So, so the new people coming in.
So he saved you.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, it's I do accounting stuff as a big girl job, and I always hated having to deal with the properties in Arizona and Florida for that reason. It's just another layer of complexity, and it's irritating. So, yay, good job. We did it, guys. St. Augustine police looking for a man who used counterfeit $50 bills at Starbucks. St. Augustine Police Department is asking for the public's help today, in identifying a person of interest in a counterfeit money investigation. According to investigators, a white male wearing a backward dark-colored baseball cap and a white t-shirt passed a fake $50 bill at the Starbucks inside Casa Monaco Hotel in downtown St. Augustine. The incident happened at the store located at 95 Cordova Street. If you recognize the man or have any information, you are urged to contact Detective, I'm so sorry, Capriglione. I'm so sorry. 904-295-5029, or you can email at jcapriglione@staugpd.com.
Wow.
Maybe we can drop that in the comments.
Come on, city.
Some residents.
It's St. Aug PD.
Yes, staugpd.com.
I think it's Capriglione.
I know, it's easy to say, right?
Capreglione.
Capreglione.
I think that's the way you say it.
Capreglione.
Yeah.
We got that.
Blake said it
at
with
least
confidence,
once.
so that means it's real.
Some residents have taken to social media claiming there's been a rise in counterfeit currency in the nation's oldest city, but police say there's no official uptick in reports. Most businesses use counterfeit detector pins to spot fake bills. The ink reacts with regular paper, turning dark if it's counterfeit, while real bills cause the ink to stay light. But police caution these pins aren't foolproof. Advanced fakes can slip by, and even real worn bills can sometimes trigger false alarms. In many cases, the fakes aren't discovered until banks reject them during deposit. Police say fake bills are more likely to be accepted during busy times when workers have less time to inspect the money closely.
Here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That pin doesn't work in this situation.
Well, there's twofold problem with that pin.
Well, the pin doesn't work on this particular counterfeit because I was given a 50 counterfeit.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do with it is they wash a $5 bill and then put the print over top of it.
Okay.
All right. So on a $50 bill, you have Grant's face. On a $5 bill, you have Lincoln's face. In the side over here, if you hold it up to the light, you can see the face again. All right. The $50 bill that I received from one of my trivia shows when they were paying me in cash was actually a $5 bill with the 50 printed on top of it. So it had Grant's face here, but when you held it up, it had Lincoln's face over to the right. And when I got to the banks, when they discovered it, because I didn't look at it either.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it for probably a week or so in my wallet and went and deposited it, and instead of passing it somewhere else,
You could have accidentally passed it.
I could have been this guy, but I don't know if this. It sounds like they were doing some investigation on this guy. But I did have the Secret Service call me, and I said, okay, here's the 3 spots that I could have got it from.
Yeah.
And then they went in and checked and seen it. But it was, so $50 bills are really common when it comes to counterfeits. What they were explaining, what the guy I talked to was explaining to me, he's like, this is probably our most common one.
Yeah.
Because they can do that with it.
The 5 and the 50.
And when you put the marker on it, it still looks like real money.
Yeah. So the other problem with the marker is that you have people that are trained as cashiers and told to use this marker to check on any bills larger than 20. That's how I was trained. But nobody tells you what to look for. Nobody tells you what happens. It's
what happens?
So what happens when I put the mark on it?
Yeah.
So I put the mark on it, great. But I don't know, what's going to happen? It's going to catch fire? No, it's not. So unless you have people training as to what to expect when you use the marker, I had to figure it out for myself with, okay, I'm assuming this is real money. And then obviously paper, and figure it out for myself because nobody trained me to know what to look for.
And Kenny's saying, rub the collar of the president because it does have ridges on it, but that wouldn't have worked on this one either because it would still had the ridges.
That's so crazy.
No, wait, hold on a second. Now, for $5 bills, they don't have the president's face on it. It's only just a $5 icon. So when you actually held it up, when you held the fake counterfeit 50, it only had the 5 on it, not Lincoln's face.
Do you have a $5 bill right now?
I don't.
I don't have a $5 bill.
Yeah. So this is like another counterfeit as well. But they also use.
I can tell you there was an image, and there's an image on. I think on all the money there was an image over to the right that did not match the grant as what they showed me. So I don't have a $5 bill on me to verify that, but everyone in the comments right now is grabbing for $5 bills.
Right.
So
I'm trying to pull it up.
All right, come on.
It has to be the new one, not the little round face one there. These are all the old
ones.
These are all the old ones there. But no, I mean, you just got to kind of keep an eye on it. And, I don't think people really realize them bleaching and they do it with $1 bills also to go to the hundreds. So. Yeah,
microprinting.
It's there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Fact check false.
Yeah. Sorry, Blakester.
All right, Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this Tuesday, I will tolerantly track through he wrote a word I can't say because I'd say it wrong. Terrific tidings of the fans. Sorry, Bobby. I would have said a word that probably shouldn't be said on the morning show.
That terrific tracking is brought to you by B&S Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to B&S Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance, with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a customer prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. And this July, when you purchase a Handy House, $100 will be donated to Unity Outreach of St. Augustine, helping provide mammograms and support breast cancer patients right here in our community. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. Troy, comments report.
All right. First comment was hairs up, serious day.
Serious day.
Gotta be serious on your first day back.
Yep.
North Carolina state colors. You're welcome, Bobby. It's actually Cincinnati Reds colors, but that's okay. Anastasia, carrot cake. I love me some carrot cake, and carrot cake will take me out of a bad mood. Also, carrot cake and German chocolate cake are like neck and neck with my favorite cakes.
There's a lot of stuff on a German chocolate.
All right. Someone else out there, thank you. You need to vote for Rebecca and I on favorite couple. We want the $20,000. We need some vacation money. And besides, we're so darn cute.
Wait, this is for vacation money? That means you're going to leave me alone? Never mind. Don't vote. Don't vote.
Don't listen to her. She just came back from vacation.
What? Well, what, man? What's wrong with the two of us co-hosting a show then? Everything's bad.
All right.
Wrong.
All right. Wawa was at 267. Costco at 265. Getting so close.
So close.
So close. Happy birthday to John. And
birthday, John.
Evidently the president's visiting alligator Alcatraz, and Pete the possum is doing fine under Kenny's house.
That's fantastic.
So we have a Pete the possum update.
Alligator Alcatraz. What are your thoughts?
No, I like saving money. I mean, if they're going to have the facility, save the money.
All right.
Gators need those. I mean,
Gators need jobs too.
Yeah, gators need that food too.
We have a startup stat.
Yeah, I could say so many bad things right now and get me in trouble. You shouldn't have taken me there. All right, stardom stat 1963.
1963.
Yes, zip codes were officially introduced by the Postal Service. So everyone knows about zip codes, and but do you guys know what zip code actually stands for?
No.
Blake?
No.
Zone Improvement Plan.
Okay.
That's a zip code. Zone Improvement Plan.
It's all a ploy from big developers.
Yes. And they're going to tear down that hotel.
They are.
Oh.
So,
I'm sorry.
But I remember it as a kid until I read it today. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot it actually stood for something.
Yeah.
So it's Zone Improvement Plan. And it was kind of introduced after World War II, but it never really had any pizzazz to it. But never really caught on. But like when it got to tripling the amount of mail that had to be sent out in the 60s and stuff like that, like we got to clean this up a little bit, and that's how they came up with it to help them sort.
So the improvement was mail efficiency.
All
right.
So it helped them sort by areas and stuff like that.
Okay, makes sense.
Do you remember the zip code you grew up on?
No, I remember the last 4 digits of my first phone number, but not the original zip code that I grew up in.
Like you're only one zip code away from when you grew up. You grew up in 86, and you're in 84 now.
Yep.
So
I have lived in 80, 84, and 86 in my time in St. Augustine.
Yeah, mine was 32720, and then it went to 32724.
Yeah.
In DeLand. So
yeah.
So it's weird the numbers that stick with you.
One of my childhood zip codes was 32578. 32578.
Yeah.
That was one of mine that I shared with a former congressperson.
Yeah, but we really don't write down our zip code anymore, unless you're filling out a document,
Well, St. Augustine people have to know, like, you have to have your zip code handy because anytime you tell somebody, oh, come to my house, all you have to do is give the street address and the zip code because there's so many stinking zip codes in St. Augustine. Yeah. There's so many. All right.
I guess you need it on the sometimes when you get gas, it asks for your zip code of your building zip code. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Man. That's Random Stat brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today because it's not Monday. It's only my Monday personally, but not like the world's Monday. So you're good. Go to Augie's Pizza.
Yes.
Plugs, Troy.
Well, just come see us at Sonny's tonight. It's our first night there. We're excited about it. It's a great, the remodel they did out there is amazing. Mm-hmm. Clay and Pam and Richie and the whole crew out there. So we're excited to be there. We're excited to see our people we haven't seen in a month.
Yeah.
So come see us.
That is very cool. Do you have plugs, Blake?
Yeah, definitely don't forget to watch Bollocks though tonight, though.
I hate that picture.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Flashbacks.
What do you think it is?
So,
no plugs.
Yeah.
No plugs for me. Let's just end it. I just saw that.
Yeah, show it one more time.
I don't like it.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So welcome back, Amanda.
Thanks. Now I have nightmares. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, and Rumble. Bollocks tonight. Bye, guys.
Bye.